Los Angeles sprawls beneath a neon sky, alive with motion as I step into its electric embrace. Amid the city's relentless pulse, I stand alone, a figure defined by purpose and shadowed by the unknown. The road stretches out, an open invitation into the heart of a night charged with promise and peril. Each breath carries the weight of anticipation as I prepare to navigate the city's glittering maze. In the desolate expanse, the abandoned hospital looms, a silent testament to forgotten stories. Thermal cameras in hand, I navigate the haunting corridors, seeking to unveil what lingers beyond the veil. The camera sweeps across the decaying walls, where shadows dance and secrets hide. Rusted medical equipment, once symbols of healing, now lie scattered, consumed by the relentless embrace of decay. Each step echoes through the empty halls, amplifying the sense of isolation and the weight of untold pasts. I step into the abyss of the old asylum, where darkness dances with shadows. The EMF sensors hum with impending doom, their signals cutting through the silence. Peeling paint whispers forgotten stories, as shadowy figures lurk just beyond my gaze. A cold breath brushes my neck, and the asylum reveals its haunted embrace. Amidst the overgrown gardens, I wander, a lone figure amidst nature's reclamation. EVP recorders capture whispers, faint echoes of forgotten voices in the air. Broken windows stare like vacant eyes, reflecting the mansion's silent decay. Crumbling statues stand as ghostly sentinels, guarding the mansion's secrets. Lost in the maze of South Los Angeles, I clutch a map, a stark contrast to the ordinary world around me. The map becomes my sole focus, as the neighborhood fades into a blur of unnoticed life. Each step is a deliberate search. The Black Dahlia crime scene pulls me forward. The intense search continues, each street corner echoing the mystery of the past. The alley entrance looms, a silent portal to a dark history, where the mundane meets the haunting echoes of the past. A palpable weight hangs in the air, an invisible shroud clinging to the ordinary surroundings. Each shadow whispers forgotten stories, the very stones seeming to remember the tragedy that unfolded here. The sun casts long shadows, turning everyday objects into ominous reminders of a life tragically cut short. A chilling stillness settles over the scene, broken only by the distant sounds of a city oblivious to its dark secrets. The alley stands as a somber testament to a forgotten victim, its silence a haunting cry for justice. The alley looms under the veil of night, its shadows concealing secrets among the graffiti-laden walls. Amid the urban decay, equipment is carefully arranged, tools to pierce the veil. Thermal cameras stand ready, poised to capture the unseen whispers of heat. EVP recorders listen intently, awaiting echoes from beyond the realm of the living. EMF sensors hum, alert to the stirrings of unusual electromagnetic fields. The camera surveys the desolate scene, each tag a testament to stories etched in concrete. In the night-veiled Leimert Park alley, a photo captures more than meets the eye. A shimmer near the alley wall reveals a hidden presence, unnoticed by the naked eye. The camera zooms in, exposing a human-shaped anomaly lurking in the shadows. The figure stands concealed, a ghostly outline against the rough texture of the alley wall. The anomaly lurks, a silent observer in the heart of Leimert Park. In the night's embrace, I extend a hand into the void, my voice rebounding off the alley's unseen walls. My face is illuminated by the dim light, apprehension flickering across my features. Beneath the surface of worry, determination hardens my jaw. The silence of the alley weighs heavy as I call out, "Elizabeth, are you here?" My voice echoes, unanswered, into the darkness. The alley remains still, my unanswered question hanging in the air. In the stark quiet of Leimert Park Alley, a soft thud pierces the stillness. A figure spins around, the alley shrouded in shadow. The narrow alley remains empty, holding its secrets close. Trash cans lean against the wall, silent witnesses to the night's mysteries. The figure pauses, sensing unseen eyes. The alley holds its breath, waiting. In the heart of Lymert Park, a heavy stillness blankets the alley, thick with the scent of jasmine and the unknown. My voice cuts through the silence. Can you show me? Can you tell me? The recorder crackles with static. Then a chilling whisper pierces the veil. A spectral voice slices through the static. Why did you come? In the shadowed alley of Lymert Park, night descends, casting the scene into stark relief. A lone figure pitches a small tent against the wall. The tent stands as a fragile barrier against the unknown. Flickering streetlights dance, distorting shadows that stretch and writhe. Inside the tent, a sense of meticulous preparation fills the air as cameras are checked and lenses are cleaned. The brittle pages of old newspapers whisper stories of the past as the reels are rewound. In the dim light, the tent becomes a confessional as yellowed quotes about Elizabeth Short's murder are read aloud. The camera captures the stark horror described in the aged newsprint, lingering on the gruesome details of the crime. Inside the tent, shadows dance wildly, painting the canvas walls with eerie tales. The soft clatter of heels and hushed whispers hint at unseen figures lurking just beyond the tent's fragile barrier. The subtle brush of clothing intensifies the feeling of unseen eyes watching, waiting. I shift, the camera capturing my growing unease as the flickering light betrays my rising fear. The shadows deepen, and the whispers grow louder, signaling that whatever lurks outside is growing bolder. Inside the tent, I sit hunched over a desk, the beam of my flashlight cutting through the darkness. Photographs of the crime scene blur under the harsh light. Elizabeth's eyes in the photograph seem to pierce the darkness, her gaze intensely unnerving. Her haunting gaze seems to follow me, even in still photographs. The intensity in her eyes is inescapable. In the dim confines of the tent, shadows waltz with the candlelight, painting a canvas of eerie anticipation. Beyond the canvas, reality blurs as the street contorts, its shadows taking on a life of their own. A figure emerges from the darkness, a girl from another era, her presence both haunting and mesmerizing. Her black hair cascades around her face as she materializes from the ether. Her lips move, but her words remain trapped in silence. Silent whispers echo in the abyss, an invitation to a world where shadows speak louder than words. The lantern casts long, eerie shadows on the canvas of the tent, illuminating the solitude within. Hands tremble in the dim light, betraying a battle of will and fear. A voice echoes from the depths of memory, an urgent plea cutting through the silence. Don't leave. Stay. The command reverberates within the tent, a haunting echo that intensifies the inner turmoil. The lantern flickers, mirroring the wavering resolve as the echoes of the plea linger in the air. Inside the dimly lit tent, I reach for the EVP recorder, resolve etched on my face. My expression reveals a mix of resolve and vulnerability as I hold the device. In the quiet of the night, I speak with conviction. I'm here to understand. My voice softens with empathy. To remember. With unwavering determination, I declare to tell your story. Within the tent, dim light flickers, casting eerie shadows that dance across the canvas walls, hinting at the unsettling stillness that pervades the air. The unsettling stillness is shattered by the faint static emanating from a nearby device, a harbinger of the auditory chaos to come. As playback begins, hundreds of whispers intertwine, escalating into a cacophony that claws at the edges of sanity. They cut. They lied. He watches. We see. The whispers echo, revealing the horrifying truth. This is more than just a haunting. Inside the tent, shadows dance ominously, stretching and creeping forward. Faint, deliberate footsteps echo around the tent, fueling the growing dread. Fear grips tighter as the unseen presence circles closer. Paranoia peaks as every rustle and whisper seems to signal imminent danger. Inside the tent, shadows dance in the faint light, A palpable sense of anticipation hangs heavy in the air. The silence is shattered by the sharp click of the camera, the sound magnified in the confined space. A quick glance at the display reveals an image that snatches the breath from my lungs. The camera focuses, revealing something lurking behind the distant chain-link fence. My heart pounds as the image sharpens, revealing a figure lurking behind a distant chain-link fence. The darkness beyond the tent seems to press closer, hiding secrets that threaten to spill into the light. Inside the tent, a presence materializes, a chilling echo of Elizabeth's deepest wounds. The girl reaches out, a gesture that feels both innocent and menacing, as if something monstrous lurks just beneath the surface. The reflection in the camera flinches, mirroring the inner turmoil and fear. The reflection's sudden movement captures the raw, visceral reaction to the approaching figure. The tent becomes a canvas for unspoken dread, where every gesture carries the weight of past trauma. Inside the tent, the air thickens, a suffocating presence. Lights flicker wildly, casting long, distorted shadows that dance across the tent canvas. The recorders emit a maddening drone of endless static, filling every corner of the confined space. A distorted voice echoes ominously, "You shouldn't be here. You can't leave." The oppressive atmosphere tightens, trapping all within its grasp, making escape seem impossible. Limert Park Alley at dawn. The air hangs still, pregnant with untold stories. Crumbling walls bear witness to decades of violence, their surfaces etched with the ghosts of yesterday. The faint, lingering smell of mildew fills the air, a constant reminder of neglect and decay. Dawn's first light pushes through the shadows, revealing the stark reality of the empty alley. The alley remains silent, a haunting echo of the past resonating in the morning air. I step out onto the vibrant Los Angeles street, the city awakening around me. An unseen presence shadows my every move, lingering at the periphery of sight. The faces of the city dwellers reflect a detached indifference, oblivious to the unseen drama. The city continues to awaken, indifferent to the events unfolding. Scattered recordings and photographs litter the apartment, a stark testament to obsession. Elizabeth's eyes, wide and intense, dominate every image, pulling viewers into her world. Even on random streets, her gaze finds the camera, piercing the veil of anonymity. The lens lingers, magnifying disturbing details that hint at deeper unrest. Each photograph reveals more than just a face. It captures a fragment of a troubled soul. The unsettling images create a chilling mosaic of obsession and unease. The room is filled with shadows that dance ominously in the corners, alive with unseen malice. A crooked photograph on the wall hints at a reality warped beyond recognition. The photograph shows a hand emerging from a solid surface, its fingers disturbingly elongated. Those fingers seem to reach out, grasping, threatening to pull the viewer into the nightmare. The camera captures my spiraling paranoia, a sense of dread consuming my every thought. I am trapped, a prisoner in a world where reality itself is unraveling. On the table, a stack of letters awaits, their secrets veiled in silence. Among the mundane correspondence, one letter stands apart, its sender unknown, its age palpable. The ominous message is scrawled across the aged paper. "Stop looking, or become her." The chilling words seem to echo in the otherwise silent room. The threat hangs heavy in the air. Darkness fills the room. Shadows dance on the walls, mimicking the narrator's every blink. A subtle, chilling sensation. Fingers lightly trace the narrator's neck. A whisper cuts through the silence. "Finish what they started." The narrator's eyes dart around the room, searching for the source of the voice, the touch. The room remains silent, the shadows still. The narrator's heart pounds in the darkness. The car speeds away from the vast Los Angeles cityscape, heading north. Reflections in shop windows flicker, each mirroring Elizabeth's haunting face. At a lonely gas station, her image reappears, an inescapable presence on the journey. Elizabeth's reflection appears in the side mirror, a constant reminder. The journey north becomes a relentless echo of Elizabeth, her memory unavoidable. Sunlight floods the interior of the car, an ordinary day dawning. The tape recorder, silent moments before, crackles to life with ominous static. A distorted whisper weaves through the static, chilling the air. The disembodied voice echoes. She waits. You are ours now. I freeze, a wave of icy dread paralyzing me. I step back into the alley. A familiar darkness begins to envelop me. As I venture deeper, the air grows heavy, pressing against me. The walls of the alley close in, as if the very space is shrinking. The alley transforms into a narrow corridor, each step sinking me further into the unknown. The air thickens, hinting at the supernatural descent that awaits. I'm now fully immersed in a world beyond reality, where the laws of nature cease to exist. In the dim alley of Limerick Park, a spectral figure materializes. Elizabeth Short. Her pallid face and hollow eyes burn with sorrow and rage, a haunting vision in the daylight. With a ghostly gesture, she raises her hand, beckoning from beyond. Her spectral form stands as a chilling reminder of a life tragically cut short. The alley seems to hold its breath, haunted by the sorrow and rage of Elizabeth Short. In the heart of Limerick Park, an alley reveals its secrets. Shadows stir with untold stories. Figures emerge from the darkness, a silent assembly of souls lost to violence. Their eyes, fixed and unwavering, pierce through the veil of time, bearing witness to forgotten tragedies. A haunting chorus of victims materializes, their presence a stark reminder of the shadows that linger. In the heart of Limerick Park Alley, the camera feels like an extension of the hand, a tool of connection and observation. A sudden flash illuminates the scene, momentarily transforming the alley into a canvas of stark contrasts. Faces emerge from the shadows, their features sharpened, their expressions intense under the fleeting light. As the light subsides, a chorus of whispers fills the air, voices overlapping in a disorienting wave. The voices echo, their words weaving a haunting invitation. Join us. Remember, don't leave. The alley pulsates with a sense of shared memory and inescapable connection. A sudden chill pierces through the alley, gripping my lungs with icy fingers. I collapse to my knees, the harsh ground pressing against my skin. An impossibly tall figure looms over me, casting a long, ominous shadow. Her smile emerges, a twisted blend of cruelty and sorrow that chills me to the bone. Terror grips my heart as I stare up at the figure, my eyes wide with fear. The world spins around me, and I am lost in the depths of my own fear. The alley whispers tales of unspeakable horrors, each shadow a reminder of the knives that once flashed in the dim light. I am assaulted by visions of knives, each glint a reflection of the laughter of men who reveled in destruction. The knives dance before my eyes, each a cruel reminder of the silence that followed, a silence that swallowed the perpetrators whole. In the heart of Limerick Park, the alley becomes a canvas for the horrors she endured, a stark reminder of the darkness that lurks beneath the surface. Panic grips me as I break into a run, the alley's labyrinthine paths mocking my every move. Each desperate turn leads back to the starting point, where she first appeared. The alley becomes a cruel joke, trapping me in a loop of fear and frustration. The walls close in, amplifying the sense of inescapable dread. I stumble, the ground rushing up to meet me, but the chase continues relentlessly. Each failed escape attempt solidifies the chilling realization there is no way out. In the heart of Limerick Park Alley, a heart pounds like a drum, a frantic rhythm against the silence. Vision blurs. The world tilts precariously, threatening to spill over. An unseen force descends, an oppressive pressure of 100 hands pressing down. A suffocating weight crushes, pulling inexorably towards the wall. The unseen hands intensify their pull. A desperate struggle ensues. The body vanishes into the brick, swallowed whole by the supernatural. The scream dies in the thick air of Limerick Park Alley, unheard and unseen, trapped, invisible, a silent observer in my own life. Though voiceless, vision persists, capturing the world's faint echoes. The world filters through, sounds barely reaching. A detached existence. Floating, I watch. A ghost in the vibrant heart of Limerick Park. The disembodied perspective lingers, an unseen presence absorbing the alley's pulse. In the stark alley of Limerick Park, an unsettling silence descends. A figure appears, crouching low, an eerie presence casting a long shadow. Elizabeth's touch sends a shiver down my spine as her fingers gently brush my cheek. Her ethereal voice echoes softly. Now you see, now you belong. A sense of belonging washes over me as I am now one with the shadows. The morning sun streams into the apartment, revealing a scene of deceptive calm. Outside, the city awakens, its sounds a stark contrast to the quiet turmoil within. The room seems normal, but the normalcy mocks the storm brewing inside. Everyday objects stand indifferent, witnesses to a silent crisis. The city hums, unaware of the personal earthquake about to erupt. Morning light floods the disheveled apartment, revealing a scene stripped bare. The photography equipment is gone, vanished without a trace. The digital frames stand dark and silent, their memories erased. Amidst the emptiness, the EVP recorder sits untouched on the coffee table. My fingers tremble as I reach out to press play, a mix of fear and anticipation gripping me. The camera focuses on the small, gray recorder, a silent sentinel in the chaotic scene. The television screen flickers with static, its white noise a stark backdrop to the silence. A faint sound pierces through the static, growing louder until it is impossible to ignore. The revelation washes over my face, a dawning horror in my eyes as the words echo. She waits, and now you belong. I sit frozen as the full implications of the message sink in. The truth, a heavy weight. The skyline of Los Angeles fades into the distance, each building a painful reminder. The highway stretches endlessly, a path away from the city of lost dreams. Each mile driven is a step further from her, a retreat from the memories that haunt every corner. The sun beats down on the car, mirroring the burning desire to escape the city's grip. The open road becomes a symbol of hope, a chance to outrun the ghosts of yesterday. Leaving Los Angeles, the rearview mirror reflects a chapter closed, a painful yet necessary goodbye. The room is filled with a silence so profound it feels like a tangible weight, pressing down from all sides. Whispers slither from the shadows, unseen yet felt, crawling insidiously under the skin. Every twitch betrays the growing unease, each glance a desperate attempt to pierce the suffocating darkness. I struggle to shut out the voices, but they persist, a relentless hum vibrating through bone and sinew. The whispers intensify, morphing into a chorus of unseen tormentors, their voices echoing in the silence. The weight of the unseen presence becomes unbearable, a crushing force threatening to consume everything. The city's cacophony engulfs me as I walk down a crowded street. I clutch my bag tightly, a growing paranoia seizing me amidst the anonymous faces. The whispers swirl around me, indecipherable yet menacing, feeding my growing unease. My heart pounds against my ribs, a frantic drumbeat against the city's relentless rhythm. Each shadow seems to lengthen, each face a potential threat as my paranoia escalates. I quicken my pace, desperate to escape the suffocating sense of being watched. In the dead of night, the silence is broken by whispers only I can hear, each one a haunting echo of Elizabeth. Sleepless nights stretch into an eternity, each moment a testament to Elizabeth's haunting presence. I toss and turn restlessly, the shadows on the walls morphing into specters of memory. The night deepens, and the whispers grow louder, intensifying the torment of my sleepless vigil. Haunted by Elizabeth's specter, I find no escape from the relentless whispers that fill the night. In the bedroom's dim light, I sit on the bed's edge, shadows stretching like grasping fingers. My face, etched with weariness, betrays a deep resignation. I know, no matter how far I run, the words echo in the silence. I can never escape the Black Dahlia. The name hangs heavy in the air, a spectral weight binding me to an inescapable past. The shadows deepen, mirroring the darkness that clings to my soul, forever haunted. Amidst the chaos of crowded streets, I run, each glance a piercing accusation. Behind the wheel of a stolen car, the city's lights transform into streaks of paranoia. Crouched in the derelict building's shadows, the silence amplifies the frantic rhythm of my heart. Everywhere I turn, Elizabeth's face haunts my vision. In shop window reflections, graffiti, and fleeting shadows. Alone in the oppressive darkness, I sit, the faint hum of the EVP recorder my only companion. The recorder continues to play, filling the room with anticipation. A chilling whisper breaks through the silence. You belong. The darkness seems to press in closer, as if answering the call. Rainforest's heart, moist air, unseen creatures sing. Suddenly, Raphael halts, his complexion drained of color, his gaze fixed on the shadows ahead. His eyes flicker with anxiety as he voices his refusal to proceed, murmuring of the perils that lie beyond those ominous trees. Raphael trembles, paralyzed by fear at the edge of the dark tree line. The oppressive darkness of the tree line looms, promising unknown terrors. The tree line breaks, revealing Horror Verde, where silence reigns supreme, swallowing the sounds of the rainforest. The transformation is immediate. The vibrant jungle sounds silenced, as if by an unseen hand. Dilapidated houses stand in silent testament to a time long past, untouched by the hands of change. Each structure is a frozen moment, a snapshot of lives abruptly halted, now left to decay in the echoing quiet. The scene is eerily still, a ghost town where the only sound is the whisper of the wind through forgotten streets. Entering the abandoned house, the air hangs thick with dust and an unsettling stillness. Dusty dishes sit on the table, a meal interrupted long ago. The calendar, stuck on February 1923, hangs crookedly, a grim reminder of time's passage. The recorder clicks, shattering the silence as the oppressive atmosphere settles heavily. Every corner whispers secrets of a family dwelling lost to time. Sunlight paints streaks across the dusty air in the abandoned house, revealing the secrets hidden within. A child's toy horse lies forgotten among the debris, its faded paint whispering tales of laughter and loss. A chilling whisper slices through the silence. The recorder echoes, "Why did you come?" In the heart of the village square, darkness descends like a suffocating blanket. I struggle to pitch my tent against the encroaching night, a skeletal fountain watching nearby. The last rays of sun vanish, leaving my solitary lantern to battle the gloom. The feeble light of my lantern barely pierces the oppressive darkness. Under the cloak of night, the tent stands isolated, a single beacon in the dark expanse. Bare footprints encircle the tent, each step a silent question mark in the dust. The tracks vanish abruptly, cut off mid-stride, leaving a chilling mystery behind. A sense of vulnerability descends as the tent's occupant eyes the outside world. With a decisive zip, the tent is sealed, a fragile barrier against unseen threats. Inside, the figure retreats into childhood, seeking refuge from the night's lurking terrors. Inside the tent, darkness is pierced by a dim light, casting eerie, dancing shadows. I activate the EVP recorder, and the tent walls flicker with long, distorted shadows. I speak into the silence, my voice echoing slightly. "If there is anyone here, please, let me understand what happened to you." A chilling silence descends, broken only by a burst of static, amplifying the sense of dread. A chorus of disembodied voices breaks through the static, commanding, "Leave." The command hangs in the air, heavy and final, as the shadows seem to deepen, consuming the tent. The village square lies under the shroud of night, a stillness so profound it feels like a held breath. Inside the tent, I lie awake, every sense heightened, straining to hear beyond the canvas. A creeping unease settles in as the silence deepens, broken only by the frantic beat of my own heart. At the edge of the square, figures materialize from the shadows, darker than the night itself. They stand motionless, watching with an intensity that feels like a physical weight. The darkness seems to pulse around them, as if the night itself is holding its breath, waiting. In the hushed dawn, the villagers are gone, swallowed by the morning mist, leaving behind only the haunting traces of their existence. Dozens of footprints mark the earth, each telling a silent story of a community vanished, yet eternally present. The realization hits. Verde hasn't just taken them, it has kept them, and now its gaze turns toward the observer. A bone-chilling dread washes over as the scope of the village's fate becomes horrifyingly clear. Surveying the eerily silent scene, the weight of Verde's dark presence settles heavily, promising an ominous encounter. At dawn in the village square, I kneel, tracing the fresh footprints in the soft earth, my touch a desperate plea for connection. The cool metal of my camera offers a fleeting solace in my trembling hands. Raising the camera, I seek proof against the encroaching shadows of doubt. The lens focuses, capturing details, each image a fragment of reality I cling to. The shutter's echo shatters the silence, a stark reminder of my isolation in the deserted square. The heavy schoolhouse doors creak open, revealing a long-abandoned space. The air hangs thick with the scent of chalk and forgotten lessons. Rows of empty desks stretch into the shadows, scattered papers whispering tales of departed students. A chilling message etched into the wood. We hear them. The schoolhouse stands silent, the chilling words echoing through the empty room. In the silent schoolhouse, I approach the aged blackboard, its surface covered with chalk remnants of long-forgotten lessons. The chalk dust is fresh beneath my fingertips as I reach out, a tangible presence pushing back against my hand. The recorder hisses with static, a prelude to the unsettling chorus of muffled voices that pierces the silence. The voices echo eerily. Still here. Can't leave. He waits. I retreat from the schoolhouse, the heavy silence pressing in. The village square seems to shrink, the air thick with unspoken tension. Time stands still. My watch is frozen at 11:42. The stillness amplifies the dread, trapping me in this unchanging moment. The mayor's hall, now a makeshift base, is littered with discarded papers, each whispering secrets of a city on edge. A single sheet catches my eye, a stark warning, etched in ink. The words leap off the page. We must obey. He comes tonight. The chilling decree continues. Do not resist. A silent promise hangs in the air, a vow to defy the impending darkness. As the sun sets, the hall darkens, and anticipation fills the air. The lantern flickers to life, casting a dance of shadows across the room. The first footsteps echo outside, soft yet deliberate, hinting at an approaching multitude. The shadows deepen, and a sense of foreboding settles over the hall as the footsteps grow louder. The footsteps multiply, their soft cadence turning into a growing storm of sound. The night has fallen, and the hall is now a stage, set for an unknown drama. In the mayor's hall, I crouch behind the podium, the air heavy with suspense. Fingers tighten around the recorder, knuckles bone white. Activity increasing, I whisper, the recorder in hand. Footsteps echo closer, unseen. Multiple footsteps outside. Cannot confirm visual. The village square at night is cloaked in an eerie stillness. I cautiously peek over the podium, heart pounding in anticipation. Dozens of villagers fill the square, their faces obscured in shadow. Their eyes, like hollow pits of black, fixate on the hall, an unsettling gaze. The villagers stare at me with unreadable expressions, a silent, unnerving judgment. The village square pulsates with life, faces illuminated by the gentle dance of lantern light. A unified scream tears through the night, a silent force that shatters reality. The lantern explodes, its light extinguished in a violent burst. Darkness descends, swallowing everything in its wake. The village streets, a labyrinth of shadows and whispers, close in around me as I run. Houses twist into grotesque shapes, alleys warp into nightmarish passages, yet each turn delivers me back to the same dreaded square. The air becomes heavy, each breath thick with chilling whispers. He sees you. He waits for you. I sprint faster, my heart pounding in sync with the unseen presence that hunts me through the village. The square looms ahead, a silent stage set for a terrifying confrontation. Amidst the village square's shadows, I collapse, my lungs screaming for air. My grip tightens on the recorder, the only witness to my desperate struggle. Static erupts from the recorder, a chilling symphony accompanying my downfall. A disembodied voice echoes through the square, a haunting invitation to surrender. We gave ourselves to him. Now you will too. The voice resonates, promising an inescapable fate. My struggle fades, consumed by an unknown power. The village square lies shrouded in impenetrable darkness. I sweep the beam of my flashlight, slicing through the night's oppressive black. Beyond the huddled villagers, a tall, indistinct shape begins to materialize, its form blurred like smoke. The shape stirs, a silent behemoth against the night. Eyes ignite with pale fire, burning into my soul with unsettling intensity. The eyes fixate, locking onto me with a gaze that chills me to the bone. Paralyzed, I stand frozen as an ominous shape looms above. The looming shape raises an arm high, casting a long shadow. In eerie unison, the villagers fall to their knees, heads bowed in desperate supplication. A moment of utter silence hangs heavy, the air thick with dread. The silence stretches, an unbearable tension filling the square. Then, nothing. Dawn breaks over the village square, casting long shadows. I awaken to find myself alone beside the fountain, the world stirring around me. The stark reality hits. My tent and equipment have vanished into thin air. Desperation grips me as I realize everything is gone. In my hand, only the recorder remains. I emerge, disoriented, from the ruins of Hoher Verde. Each step is a struggle as I stumble away from the lost city. The looming rainforest beckons, a dark embrace ready to swallow the remnants of Hoher Verde. The ancient stones fade behind me, swallowed by the relentless green. I find myself adrift in a sea of green, the ruins now a forgotten memory. The rainforest envelops me, and Hoher Verde vanishes into the past. Deep in the rainforest, Raphael waits by his jeep, the canopy casting an ethereal glow. His eyes widen with dread as he sees me. His face drains of color, his expression shifting from anticipation to sheer terror. He whispers, his voice trembling, "You saw him." Weeks later, the office is cloaked in a familiar stillness as I sit, haunted by echoes of the past. The tape rolls, unleashing the same chilling static that claws at the edges of sanity. Whispers emerge from the noise, carrying the weight of unknown voices that linger just beyond understanding. Then, the final, haunting declaration. "You are ours now." The words hang in the air, a suffocating shroud that tightens with each replay, stealing breath and hope. In the dim light, the tape continues its relentless cycle, each repetition deepening the shadows that cling to the edges of reality. Weeks later, sunlight floods the office, illuminating the silent chaos of papers and forgotten coffee. Amidst the disarray, A faded photograph captures a moment of vibrant life under the canopy of Horror Verde. The photograph evokes a bittersweet ache, a poignant reminder of a place both left behind and indelibly carried within. I realize I left Horror Verde, but Horror Verde never left me. The memory of Horror Verde lingers, a silent promise of a return to roots left behind. The rainforest unveils its lush, vibrant expanse, alive with the hum of unseen creatures. Exotic birds call out from the canopy, their voices echoing through the dense foliage. Insects buzz and chirp, creating a symphony of natural sounds that fills the air. Sunlight filters through the leaves, casting dappled shadows on the forest floor. A sense of mystery lingers, inviting exploration into the heart of the unknown. Wonder fills the air as the rainforest reveals its hidden secrets. The weathered sign barely clings to the crumbling entrance of Horror Verde, its name a whisper of forgotten life. Vines crawl hungrily over the stone archway, nature reclaiming what time has abandoned. Decaying structures stand in silent testament to a village lost to the past. An eerie silence blankets Horror Verde, a stark reminder of its abandonment. The village church stands in silent ruin, its pews coated in dust, and its altar marred by decay. Sunlight pierces through shattered, stained glass, casting eerie, dancing shadows across the forgotten sanctuary. The remnants of once vibrant colors hint at a faith long abandoned. A haunting stillness pervades, a testament to a place where belief has faded into memory. In the village square, under the cloak of night, the villagers gather, their faces etched with anxiety. Torches dance, casting eerie shadows that twist and contort, mirroring the villagers' inner turmoil. The cold night air is thick, with a palpable sense of unease, a silent dread hanging heavy over the crowd. An unseen wind whispers through the eaves, carrying the scent of wood smoke and the chilling aroma of fear. Every flicker of the torchlight seems to amplify their worries, deepening the shadows that cling to their faces. The village square, usually a place of community, is now a stage for collective apprehension and shared terror. In the dim light of the 1,923 village homes, families gather, fear etched on their faces. The windows, barricaded with wood, cast long shadows across the room, amplifying the sense of dread. Each creak of the floorboards and rustle of the wind intensifies the palpable uncertainty. Doors are fortified, each barrier a silent testament to the unknown dangers lurking outside. In the heart of the village homes, families huddle, their collective breath held in fearful anticipation. Night descends upon the village perimeter, casting long, eerie shadows from the surrounding forest. The last embers flicker, their light playing tricks on the eye, as unseen figures lurk just beyond the village limits. The air grows heavy, pregnant with a sense of impending doom as an unseen presence closes in. The village slumbers, oblivious to the lurking menace that circles just beyond the veil of night. Each rustle of leaves, each snap of a twig, whispers of the approaching threat, unknown and unseen. In the village square, a sudden, blinding light erupts, distorting shadows and igniting the night with raw power. Screams pierce the air, a chorus of terror abruptly silenced, swallowed by an encroaching void. Chaos reigns for a heartbeat, then nothing. An eerie silence descends, heavy and absolute. The village square stands deserted, homes abandoned, streets bare. The villagers vanish without a trace. Battered and bruised, I stagger through the rainforest's unforgiving embrace. The rainforest's symphony of life twists into a chorus of mockery, amplifying my disorientation. Each step deeper into the emerald labyrinth tightens the grip of despair. Lost within the rainforest, I succumb to the mocking symphony of nature. The village looms, a silent sentinel in the distance, its presence heavy with unspoken dread. A wave of chilling realization washes over me, the ominous grasp of the village tightening around my heart. Each step away is a futile attempt to escape the inescapable weight of my past. The air grows heavy with the knowledge that true escape is but a cruel illusion. A sense of impending doom settles, the village's shadow stretching far beyond the horizon. I am forever bound to the memory of Hoer Verde, its grasp unbreakable, its presence eternal. In the dim light of my office, shadows dance across the cluttered desk, hinting at long hours of relentless research. Scattered research materials paint a vivid picture of Hoer Verde, a jigsaw of fragmented truths. The weight of countless experiences settles heavily in the quiet room, an oppressive presence. Each photograph and document whispers secrets, piecing together the puzzle of Hoer Verde. The dim light accentuates the shadows, turning the office into a sanctuary of solitude and reflection. The weight of the past bears down, a tangible reminder of the truths I seek. The glow of the monitor casts an eerie light on my face as I hunch over my desk, lost in the digital world. Each distorted voice in the EVP recording sends shivers down my spine, amplifying my growing unease. Paranoia begins to creep in, settling deep within me as I search for answers in the static and white noise. The chilling sense that I'm being watched intensifies, unseen eyes observing my every move in the shadows. In the dim glow of the office, I confront my reflection on the computer screen. A subtle shift in my eyes betrays the encroaching darkness of Hoer Verde. The darkness of Hoer Verde threatens to consume me. I watch as the subtle change overtakes my eyes. In the dead of night, tormented sleep offers no escape from the villagers. Haunted by visions of the entity, I writhe, caught in the throes of a nightmare. The entity looms, its presence suffocating, as the villagers' faces twist in silent screams. Trapped in a vortex of terror, I succumb to the entity's chilling embrace. Amidst the bustling city streets, a figure navigates the throng, cloaked in solitude. The city's vibrant pulse amplifies the sense of detachment, each face a fleeting shadow, a reminder of the growing distance. The world moves in a blur, accentuating the feeling of isolation. Disconnected, the figure blends into the city's chaotic symphony. The sterile therapy room offers a stark backdrop to the torrent of haunting memories swirling within. The weight of Hoer Verde's terror crushes me. Words elude me as I attempt to describe the horrors I've witnessed. My hands betray my inner turmoil, trembling as I struggle to maintain composure. Despair clings to me like a shroud, suffocating any hope of escape. The memories of Hoer Verde linger, casting a long shadow over my present. In the dim light of my office, shadows dance across the cluttered desk, obscuring the secrets it holds. A newly arrived package sits ominously before me, its rough edges hinting at a journey's end. Inside, artifacts from Hoer Verde nestle among the packing straw, whispering tales of forgotten times. My fingers trace the strange symbols etched into a stone tablet, each line deepening my obsession. The village of Hoer Verde calls to me, its mysteries beckoning me closer with each passing moment. Each artifact whispers secrets of Hoer Verde, their voices growing louder in the silence of the night. Driven by an unyielding need for closure, a lone figure returns to Hoer Verde, under the watchful gaze of the daylight. The air hangs heavy with unspoken dread, each shadow whispering tales of the entity that haunts this forsaken place. A resolute step forward, the journey into the heart of darkness begins, fueled by a desperate hope for resolution. Each breath drawn is a silent vow, a promise to confront the entity and reclaim the peace stolen by its presence. In this desolate landscape, the quest for closure becomes a harrowing battle against the shadows of Hoer Verde. I step into the dim village church, seeking divine solace. Silence envelops me, broken only by ragged breaths. I kneel before the altar, seeking guidance. Peace descends as I find a moment of quiet. Hope flickers in the serene sanctuary. In the village square, a lone figure stands, anticipation hanging heavy in the air. An unnatural chill permeates the air, a harbinger of the entity's impending arrival. Shadows stretch and deepen, twisting familiar shapes into eerie silhouettes. The atmosphere crackles with unseen energy as the boundary between worlds thins. The village square holds its breath, awaiting the entity's grand unveiling. From the heart of encroaching darkness, villagers materialize, their eyes a haunting constellation fixed upon me. Each face, a mask of silent accusation, tightens the noose of isolation around me. The air thickens with unspoken dread, each breath a reminder of my inescapable confinement. A palpable sense of doom descends, as the realization dawns that escape is but a fading dream. Panic claws at my throat as the village square transforms into a stage for my despair. Trapped in this silent theater, I am the unwilling spectacle, my fate sealed by their unwavering gaze. Under the cloak of night, a chilling wind whips through the deserted village square, swirling dust around the lonely figure. From the shadows, a terrifying entity begins to materialize, its formless shape rippling under the dim lamplight. The figure steals self, heart pounding, preparing for a final desperate stand. Knowing the odds are stacked against the figure braces for confrontation. Under a dark sky, a bitter wind whips through the deserted village square, chilling eye to the bone. Every muscle strains as I battles an unseen force, sweat beading on forehead despite the freezing air. My eyes dart wildly, unfocused, reflecting a desperate struggle for control. Ragged gasps escape I's lips as I fights to maintain composure against the oppressive force. The air crackles with unseen energy as I's knuckles turn white, a testament to the intensity of the struggle. I's body trembles violently, a visible manifestation of the unseen energy coursing through the square. The first light of dawn reveals a village square, now haunted by the specter of defeat. Collapsing under an unseen weight, I succumb to the entity's dark claim. The ground receives my weary form as the chilling truth dawns. Horrorverde, now inextricably bound to my fate, becomes a part of me. The village watches in silent witness as destiny seals its grip. Forever changed, I lie broken beneath the encroaching dawn. Leaving Horrorverde, the rainforest's vibrant life now mirrors the shadows within. The lush greenery, once a symbol of life, now seems to darken with each step. The once inviting rainforest now reflects a personal descent into darkness. Each tree and vine seems to whisper of a loss of innocence, a journey forever altered. The path ahead is shrouded not just in foliage, but in a profound inner gloom. The rainforest stands as a haunting reminder of a transformation completed in shadow.
A somber gray morning blankets the Limousin countryside, its beauty veiled in thick, melancholic fog. The narrow road winds into the mist, each turn deepening the sense of isolation and foreboding. Moisture hangs heavy in the air, clinging to the landscape and the soul as the vehicle presses onward. An air of quiet desolation pervades, the countryside lost in a shroud of impenetrable gray. The preserved village of Orador-sur-Glane stands eerily silent, a stark tableau of crumbling stone and charred memories. Burnt-out buildings stand like silent sentinels, their skeletal remains whispering tales of a dark past. A memorial stands as a somber testament, a stark reminder of the unspeakable tragedy that befell this place. An invisible weight settles, a palpable sense of sorrow and unease permeating the air. The sinister echoes of the past linger, casting a long shadow over the haunted village. The square is eerily silent as I prepare my ghost hunting gear. EMF detectors, digital recorders, and thermal cameras stand ready, awaiting the unknown. An unsettling feeling creeps in. Eyes are watching me, unseen, unheard. The silence presses in, thick and heavy, amplifying the sense of isolation. The weight of the silence becomes unbearable, A desolate main street stretches into the distance, a haunting tableau of scorched buildings forever frozen in time. Each step echoes through the silence, my boots crunching on the gravel, the only sound in this petrified world. The air hangs heavy with the scent of ash, a grim reminder of what was. Now only ghostly silhouettes remain. Amid the ruins, a flicker of memory stirs with each echoing footstep, a ghost of life in a city now still. The sun beats down on the ghostly street, casting long shadows that dance eerily among the ruins. A lone figure walks on, the only movement in a tableau of destruction, a stark reminder of loss and resilience. The church stands in ruins, pews splintered and the baptismal font scorched. Imagining families huddled together, their faces etched with terror, the recorder clicks on, amplifying the faint murmurs that linger in the air. Echoes of whispered prayers and hushed sobs fill the desolate space. Dust motes dance in the sunlight, filtering through shattered, stained glass windows. A haunting silence blankets the church, broken only by the mechanical whir of the recorder. Before the solemn altar, a lone figure stands, poised with a camera amidst the church's silent reverence. The camera flashes, momentarily piercing the darkness, revealing silhouettes huddled in the pews. The flash reveals dark shapes with hollow eyes, their forms indistinct in the dim light. Lowering the camera, a wave of unease washes over me as the weight of the scene sinks in. The camera hangs idle, reflecting the profound silence and the unsettling revelation of the hidden figures. In the ravaged town square, cobblestones are strewn with debris, a grim testament to recent devastation. Amidst the chaos, a camera is carefully set on a tripod, its lens focused on the ruins of a collapsed bakery. An inexplicable chill permeates the air, sending shivers down the spine. Startled, the tripod slips from clumsy fingers, crashing to the ground. A child's faint laugh echoes, then fades into silence. The sun blazes down on the deserted town square, intensifying the solitude. "Hello?" I call out, voice swallowed by the vast emptiness. The laugh hangs in the air, a ghostly echo in the otherwise silent square. No answer comes, only the lingering whisper of a memory. I advance cautiously, drawn by the sound. The laugh distorts, twisting into a chorus of whispers. The whispers intensify, enveloping me from all directions. A disembodied voice echoes, "Don't leave us. Help. Take me." I stand paralyzed, completely surrounded by the ethereal voices. In the heart of the town square, an unseen force commands attention, freezing me in place. The EMF reader flares to life, its frantic display mirroring the rising dread. The air grows heavy, solidifying into a tangible presence that chokes and binds. An invisible touch sends shivers down my spine, unseen fingers tracing the contours of my neck and shoulders. The unsettling sensation intensifies, my skin crawling with the eerie caress of the unknown. Paralyzed by fear, I stand helpless against the encroaching darkness. The sun descends, casting long shadows across the town square. Barefoot impressions mark the ground. Adult-sized footprints mingle with the smaller ones. Footprints crisscross the square. The footprints lead nowhere. Footprints lead towards a dilapidated house on the outskirts of the village. The ruined house stands silent, a relic of forgotten stories. The front door creaks open, beckoning entry into the unknown. The wind whispers through the ruined house, carrying secrets of the past. Shadows dance within the ruined house, concealing mysteries within. The ruined house awaits, its silence heavy with untold tales. The ruined house stands silent, heavy with the cold air and the lingering scent of smoke. An unsettling metallic tang hangs in the air, a ghostly reminder of past dread. Names scratched into the plaster narrate silent stories of fear and desperation. The faint scent of smoke mingles with the metallic tang, creating a haunting atmosphere. Each scratch on the wall echoes with the silent screams of those who came before. The house bears witness to untold suffering, the walls whispering tales of fear and despair. In the ruined house, Names etched into the decaying wall whisper stories of the past. A prickling sensation crawls up my spine, an unseen presence looming behind me. Heart hammering against my ribs, I spin around, eyes darting into the shadows. Nothing. The air hangs still and heavy, dust motes dancing in the fading sunlight, yet the sound of breathing fills the silence. Deep, measured breaths, definitely not mine, echo through the ruined house. Dust motes swirl in the dim light of the ruined house, each speck a tiny ghost in the decaying air. I stand alone in the heart of the ruin, clutching the cold recorder in my hand. The scent of decay and damp earth fills the air, heavy with forgotten memories. My voice echoes in the silence as I call out, "Is anyone here?" A ghostly voice answers from the recorder, a chilling echo of the past. They came. They took everything. The recorder's words hang in the air, a haunting testament to a tragedy long past. Inside the ruined house, I lose my footing and stumble backward, the debris underfoot betraying me. As I look up, the doorway fills with figures, their forms indistinct and menacing. They are shadows of men and women, their eyes hollow and faces charred, their silence more terrifying than any scream. They stand silently in the ruins, their presence a haunting tableau of what was and what is now lost. Not moving, just watching me, their gaze unwavering and unnerving. The weight of their gaze bears down on me, their silence a deafening accusation. In the stillness, I begin setting up my tent, the rustling nylon a stark contrast to the otherwise silent square. The tent takes shape, a small haven amidst the growing darkness, yet an unsettling feeling creeps in. I pause, a prickling sensation on my skin, realizing I am not alone in this seemingly deserted place. The air thickens with unseen presence, a silent acknowledgement that something else watches from the shadows. In the dead of night, the tent offers scant sanctuary against the encroaching darkness. The whispers intensify, an insidious chorus growing closer. Outside, furtive footsteps echo across the ancient cobblestones. Ethereal shapes dance in the darkness, their shadows contorting on the fragile tent walls. Shivering, I clutch the recorder, its cold metal a meager solace against the encroaching dread. The recorder offers a fragile shield against the oppressive darkness. Inside the tent, a biting cold intensifies, frosting the canvas. The air chills rapidly, as if the temperature has plummeted. A sudden, piercing flash of light shatters the silence. The camera unexpectedly springs to life. A mechanical whirring sound emanates from the camera. Inside the tent, at 2 a.m., unseen horrors flicker to life on a digital screen. Visions of children running fill the screen, their terror palpable. The screams of women echo through the silent tent, a haunting chorus of despair. Men fall, their struggles captured in stark, digital clarity. The observer remains transfixed, unable to look away from the unfolding digital nightmare. A heavy silence blankets the ancient stone church under the pale moonlight. Shadows lengthen and twist, distorting familiar shapes into eerie figures. A voice echoes from the unseen, a warning carried on the night air. Leave, you cannot stay. The air grows colder as the unseen presence intensifies its plea. This place remembers. The church looms, a silent sentinel guarding secrets of the past. The tent is still, but inside sleeplessness reigns as whispers begin to weave their way into the early morning. Each hour deepens the insistence of the voices, growing louder, more urgent. The whispers twist and turn, becoming a chorus, each voice calling out, pleading with increasing desperation. The voices demand attention, their tone shifting from pleading to forceful command. The whispers turn into dire warnings, each word laced with urgency and impending doom. The tent remains silent, but inside, the battle against the voices rages on. The first light of dawn reveals a town square, its silence amplifying the speaker's exhaustion. A haunted expression etches itself onto the speaker's face, a visible mark of the village's grasp. The weight of the village's claim manifests in the speaker's posture, bending them under its unseen force. An unseen transformation begins, subtly altering the speaker's essence under the village's influence. The village asserts its silent dominion, its impact visibly reshaping the speaker in the dawn's pale light. Dawn breaks over Orador sur Glane, the ruins standing stark against the rising sun. The rising sun paints long, distorted shadows, a silent testament to the tragedy. Each shadow stretches like a memory, haunting the landscape. The air is still, yet the ruins whisper tales of a time long past. I shoulder my pack, ready to capture the stories etched in stone. The sun climbs higher, illuminating the desolation and the hope for remembrance. Dawn breaks as I pull away from Orador, the village a silent sentinel in the rearview mirror. The village recedes, its gaze heavy with unspoken stories. The car speeds up, leaving the village behind. The village vanishes, leaving me alone with my thoughts. Inside the confines of the car, a sense of inescapable dread permeates the air. The whispers intensify, their source unknown, their presence undeniable. The driver's expression shifts, a blend of fear and determination etched onto their face. Confined within the vehicle, there is no escape from the haunting sounds that pursue. Back in the solitary confines of the lab, shadows dance around the room. The lab is filled with monitors, each reflecting a ghostly glow in the darkened space. Footage flickers across the screens, revealing the church in ghostly detail. Silhouettes emerge from the digital noise, their forms clearer and more defined than before. The lab pulses with an eerie sense of discovery as the truth begins to surface from the shadows. In the stark lab, faint barefoot footprints begin to tell a silent story. The ghostly prints continue, their path a mystery as they stretch across the cold floor. The footprints lead toward a wall, their purpose unknown. The silent journey ends as the footprints fade into the wall, leaving only questions in the dim lab. The lab is dimly lit, casting long shadows as I hunch over the audio recorder. My fingers dance across the keyboard, isolating the faint audio track. The static fades, replaced by faint whispers that promise chilling stories. The whispers coalesce into coherent phrases, painting vivid pictures of terror and profound loss. A shiver runs down my spine as the weight of their experiences presses down on me. The lab is quiet, except for the hum of machinery, casting long shadows across the room. Harsh fluorescent lights shine down on the silent lab. A faint voice echoes, seeming to come from everywhere. "Help me. Please don't forget us." The child's voice grows clearer, filled with urgency. The shadows in the lab seem to deepen as the voice pleads. The lab remains silent, the hum of machinery the only response to the child's desperate cry. A sudden chill permeates the lab, cutting through the warmth of the running heaters. The EMF reader's needle dances wildly, as if possessed by an unseen force. Invisible currents surge through the room, agitating the air and raising gooseflesh. The lab's instruments react violently, mirroring the growing unease. The unseen presence intensifies, making the air heavy and the silence deafening. In the dim lab, a fleeting shadow dances in the periphery, catching my eye. I whirl around, heart pounding, to confront the unseen presence. Silence descends as I find nothing but empty space. The lab stands still, devoid of any life. The lab stretches into the darkness, its familiar tools now alien and menacing. Shadows dance around the edges of the room, obscuring the equipment. A chill settles in the air, a sense of unease washing over me. The village's presence lingers, an unwelcome guest in my sanctuary. The darkness deepens, and I sense the village has followed me home. The weight of the village settles upon me, heavy and inescapable. In the dim, sterile confines of the lab, rationality battles the impossible. The weight of undeniable proof bears down, crushing attempts at logical explanation. The lab transforms into a nexus of eerie dread as reality bends to the spectral truth. Orador is not just a place but a haunting. In the stillness of night, a resolve hardens, a decision to return to Orador. The lab, silent witness to countless hours, now reflects a singular purpose, A quest for understanding begins, driven by the hope of bringing peace to restless spirits. Orador awaits, its secrets guarded by shadows and whispers of the past. The journey back is a step towards solace. Under the cloak of night, I return to Orador sur Glane. The moon's spectral light paints the ruins in an eerie, haunting glow. The ruins stand silently under the moonlight. The village is eerily silent, a haunting reminder of the past. Under the cloak of night, I approach the church, its ancient stones whispering tales of devotion and mystery. The heavy wooden doors stand ajar, beckoning me into the hallowed space where shadows dance with secrets. Drawn by an unseen force, I step inside, the air thick with anticipation as I venture deeper into the sacred nave. My gaze fixates on the altar, where ghostly figures once flickered, now veiled in an eerie stillness. I approach the altar, where the veils of reality seem thin, and the echoes of the past linger with palpable intensity. In the stillness of the night, I stand alone in the silent church. The air grows heavy as I prepare to speak. My voice echoes in the dimly lit space, reaching out to the spirits. I offer comfort, a promise whispered into the darkness. Their story will be told. Their voices will finally be heard. The church at night. A chilling air descends, blanketing the sacred space. Shadows stretch and dance, twisting familiar shapes into eerie forms. The whispers grow, now laced with a mournful sound that fills the cavernous church. The mournful sound echoes through the church, resonating with unseen sorrow. A symphony of sorrow fills the church, the echoes of despair reverberating in the night. Within the darkened church, shadows dance, revealing silhouettes that stir a sense of unease. The figures emerge with greater clarity, their sorrowful presence replacing any initial menace. The sorrowful silhouettes stand silently in the dim light of the church. The air grows heavy with unspoken grief, as the silhouettes remain, cloaked in sorrow. In the dead of night, inside the silent church, shadows loom large. A figure emerges from the darkness, drawn by an unseen force. An outstretched hand breaks the stillness, reaching into the unknown. The air crackles with anticipation as the hand seeks its mark. Moonlight pierces through the stained glass windows, illuminating the ancient church with celestial beams, where dust motes dance in the ethereal light. The air grows heavy with unspoken stories, the past whispering through the hallowed halls of the sacred church. A profound connection echoes through the church, binding the living and the lingering spirits in a shared understanding. A sense of unspeakable tragedy hangs in the air, a palpable weight that bears witness to the sacred place's dark history. Echoes of sorrow reverberate through the sanctuary, each corner whispering tales of loss and despair, a haunting symphony of the past. The church stands as a silent sentinel, guarding the secrets of a tragedy that time cannot erase, its walls echoing with the memories of the lost. An ethereal glow fills the ancient church, dust motes swirling in the faint moonlight. A chilling breeze whispers through the hall, seeming to rise from the ancient stones themselves. A disembodied voice echoes from the shadows. Eliza, 1847, Willow Creek. The chilling whisper hangs in the air, a haunting echo of a forgotten past. Under the cloak of night, a lone car speeds towards the remote fields of Orador. The car arrives, alone in the darkness. The spirit's directive hangs heavy in the silent air. Under the cloak of night, the field conceals a grim secret. A mass grave appears, a silent testament to the spared escape attempts. The remains of villagers lie in a heap, their final flight forever grounded. The field whispers tales of loss and futile hope. Under the cloak of night, the authorities mobilize. The field transforms into a hive of activity. Machines arrive, ready to unearth secrets hidden beneath the soil. The excavation begins. The search for truth commences under the watchful eyes of the law. Beneath the open sky, the unearthed burial site emanates a profound sense of tranquility, a sanctuary where the long-troubled spirits of Orador finally discover solace. A palpable sense of closure descends, as if the very air whispers of peace found after enduring unimaginable anguish. The spirits of Orador, once tormented, are now free, their stories etched in the hallowed earth as a testament to resilience. The site stands as a poignant memorial, a place where remembrance blooms and the echoes of the past gently fade into the embrace of eternity. The echoes of untold stories vanish, leaving Orador Surglain in an uncanny silence. The spectral figures recede, drawn back into the shadows of history. A profound stillness settles over the village. A deceptive peace descends. The air hangs heavy with unspoken memories, the quiet amplifying the village's sorrowful past. I arrive at the main square of Orador Surglain, the air thick with a profound sense of history and sorrow. A wave of accomplishment washes over me, mixed with a deep, unsettling sadness. The weight of the past presses heavily, a palpable presence among the silent stones. Each crumbling wall and shattered window whispers tales of lives tragically interrupted. In this haunting stillness, I find myself both moved and deeply humbled. In the haunting ruins of Orador Surglain, long shadows stretch across the scarred earth, a silent testament to a horrific past. The air hangs heavy, laden with the weight of history, as crumbling stone walls stand as silent witnesses. The wind whispers through the empty streets, carrying echoes of tragedy that time cannot erase. My fingers trace the outline of a shattered window frame, feeling the rough texture of aged stone. I realize that some wounds never fully heal. A voice whispers, resonating with the silence of the village. But they can be acknowledged, remembered, and honored. The voice concludes, a solemn promise echoing in the desolate landscape. Leaving Orador, a sense of closure washes over me, knowing peace has been restored to the village's tormented souls. The air stills, as if the very stones breathe a sigh of relief, acknowledging the end of their long suffering. Sunlight filters through the skeletal remains of buildings, casting long shadows that dance with newfound serenity. A gentle breeze whispers through the empty streets, carrying with it the echoes of lives once lived, now finally at rest. Orador stands silent, a solemn monument to the past, yet imbued with the quiet promise of a future where its memory brings solace, not sorrow. I sit in the car, the engine roaring to life, ready to leave the past behind. The world outside blurs into streaks of color as I accelerate, a sense of liberation washing over me. The steering wheel feels firm beneath my hands, my grip confident as I chart a new course. A small smile plays on my lips, a testament to the newfound lightness in my heart. In the quiet solitude of the lab, the final review begins, each frame scrutinized for answers. The chilling revelation dawns. The silhouettes have vanished, leaving only questions in their wake. The footprints, once clear indicators, now mock the search, erased as if by magic. The lab seems to echo with the silence of the unknown, the mystery deepening with each passing moment. The lab is enveloped in an unnerving quiet, the recorder capturing only the sound of nothingness. A peaceful, comforting silence fills the room, yet it feels like a prelude to something ominous. The silence stretches, amplifying the sense of unease and anticipation. The absence of sound is almost deafening, hinting at unseen dangers lurking in the shadows. The recorder bears witness to the chilling quiet, a silent sentinel in a world suspended between moments. The fluorescent lights of the lab hum, casting a sterile glow over the gleaming equipment. I stand at the window, a solitary figure against the backdrop of blurred city lights. My reflection stares back, a mirror image of weariness and resolution. I know that Orador will always be a part of me. I reflect, my voice soft in the sterile air. But it no longer haunts me. The glow of monitors dances across my face, illuminating a lab steeped in shadows. Around me, beakers bubble, a silent symphony in the air thick with the scent of chemicals. I trace a finger across equations on a whiteboard, each stroke heavy with unspoken grief. I've learned that some places are cursed, not by evil, but by sorrow. and that sometimes the best thing we can do is listen. In the lab, the weight of sorrow hangs heavy. Orador Sir Glain, bathed in sunlight, stands frozen in time, a haunting memorial. The village whispers tales of unspeakable tragedy, its silence amplifying the echoes of the past. Yet, from the ashes of despair, a symbol of hope emerges, a testament to the human spirit's unbreakable will. The village stands as a poignant reminder of both destruction and resilience, its story etched in every stone. The sound of the file closing reverberates through the silent lab, amplifying the solitude. A wave of memories floods my mind, a grim reminder of what I have experienced. The weight of the past settles heavily, a burden that time cannot erase. The memories stay with me forever.